Hear voices I don't wanna understand. My car keys are jingling in my hands. My high heels are clicking towards your door. Is this one thing that got me tripping? Is this one thing that got me tripping? You did this one thing, your soul made me feel it. Is this one thing you did? Is this one thing that caught me slipping? Is this one thing I want to admit you did? This one thing and I was so with it. Is this one thing you did? And baby, I just can't believe it. Is this one thing you did? I can't deny, trying, nothing left to do but to keep on seeing you. I'm hoping you can keep a secret. Babe, what you did? This one thing that got me tripping.
A few moments later.
Stage, ain't it so fun? He had it so dumb. Looking at what you become. Why don't you run when you fall numb? Oh, now you got me wailing in fire. When you know that you won't go down to the wire. So screaming, feeling, taking as it goes in the side of your head.
What's up, everyone? My name is Tags, and I like to play the tower, and today I am finally unveiling the progress update for my free-to-play mini account. Okay, before we get into today's video, I would like to thank LD Cloud for sponsoring today's video. Quick question. Have you ever used a cloud phone that works perfectly for about an hour or so, and then just decides it's done for the day? Well, that's pretty much why I switched over to LD Cloud. The biggest thing I noticed is stability, no random crashes, no guessing what went wrong, and compared to other cloud phones such as UG Phone, LG Cloud is a lot more consistent. You also get unlimited multi-instance support, so you can run as many cloud phones as you want at the same time, which is either incredibly useful or the beginning of a new addiction. Probably both. Everything runs 24/7 too, so even when you're not doing anything, it's still running, which feels productive even if you're not. And if you like having control, it supports IP proxy binding, so you can set up your own proxies and pretend you've got everything perfectly optimized. If you sign up using my link, you'll get a 6-hour trial for as low as 10 cents and 50% off any plan that you get afterwards. So, if you want something that just works and doesn't randomly give up on you, LD Cloud's worth trying. The link is in the description below. Yes, the account is free to play. There are a little bit of caveats to it, which I will get to. Basically, what I mean is, with this account, I did not buy any stone packs. I technically didn't spend any money on the account. Some stuff did carry over from my main account for free, such as, if I go here, the starter pack, epic pack, and the disable ads pack. All these, basically, they carried over. I didn't pay anything for them. And the first 5 milestone packs, which I didn't buy either, because they carried over for free. Also, last month, this was out of my control. A member gifted me an event boost and the 3 friendship packs. It is what it is, whatever. I mean, we're at this point, it is what it is. Maybe I should have just asked for a refund, but that's kind of a weird request to support. It is what it is. But without all that, with that being said, other than that, this account, no money spent, no stone packs. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. This account's kind of fun to run at the moment because it's basically like you're starting over now, and things are a lot different at this point than they were a year ago or so when I was playing on my main account. Let's start off with the stats here. So the account's almost 1 year old. I started it on September 16th. I will be honest though, I didn't play a lot of it for until like March of this year. So I started the account, and I'll show later in the tournaments where I did skip at least 3 to 4 tournaments because I wasn't really playing as often, and I was just like putting in labs and letting it run, and At some point, I was just going into the account to check the daily missions and the labs and keep it moving. I have 1.71 little Q lifetime. Econ is not my main focus on this account, and the reason why is because I want to focus on getting in the champions and staying there so I can produce more stones so that I can eventually develop that stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I know econ is definitely important, but if you just do a bunch of econ and you're like in Platinum League making 60 stones a tournament, what can you really upgrade with that? It's better to try and improve your performance so that you could earn more stones a tournament. And I'll get to that later on where I'm at in tournaments. Recent coins per hour is about 2.79T, and this is without really focusing on econ ultimate weapons, with the exception of one that I'm working on, which I'll show in later on. But yeah, my main focus is not to work on ultimate weapon cooldowns because I want to prioritize tournament performance first so that I can earn more stones in the future so that, you know, upgrades are easier. Here's everything else. Damage dealt 12 AA. You'll see in a second, this build is more so focused on damage, even though it is a mixture of health and damage, but I'm not running full EHP. I'll explain that in a second as well. So these are my milestones. My highest tier is tier 16, wave 154. I'm not going to lie, as soon as I get to wave 100, it's like a brick wall for me, and the bosses become really deadly because I don't run Primordial Collapse, because I had it at Epic for the longest time, and my module RNG, I just couldn't pull it. Tier 15, I got the 385. I recently finished tier 12. I got the Relic. That's pretty cool. 10% lap speed. That's really nice. I currently farm tier 10. I've gotten up to 8748. I made about 32 trillion, about 112k cells. I am currently in a farm run right now. If you notice here, I'm farming tier 10 actually as attack dissonance, and here's why. When I was getting my ultimate weapons, my fourth ultimate weapon was chain lightning because I couldn't get spotlight. Basically, my first three ultimate weapons were the best three that I could get, I believe. I got Black Hole, and then I got Golden Tower, and then I got Death Wave third. And then the fourth ultimate weapon, I was going for Spotlight, but I got Chain Lightning instead. I think it was like Chain Lightning, Chrono Field, and something else, and I got Chain Lightning. As soon as I got Chain Lightning, I immediately pivoted to Hybrid. I made an early switch to Hybrid. I did the same thing on my main account. I think I was farming tier 4 or 5 at the time on this account, and on the old account, I don't remember, but on this account, I pivoted to Hybrid at tier 4, basically. And because the reason why is I think it's going to help out more in tournament than just doing full EHP. Given the modules that I had, basically, when I unlocked Chain Lightning, I already had a Dimension Core. There was a lucky banner going on at the time, and I ended up pulling at least 2 or so Dimension Cores, and I ended up getting it to Mythic eventually. It was Legendary, and then it became Mythic, and then I figured if I have a Mythic Dimension Core, why not take full advantage of that and just abuse it in tournaments with Chain Lightning? And so, this run here, I farmed tier 10 using Attack Dissonance so that I could invest in damage all I want in the workshop and not get penalized for it. I could increase my damage, all of my super crit and all, without it affecting my farming, because when you farm under Attack Dissonance, this is all devoed, so it's all 0 anyway. So you could work on your damage all you want and benefit from it in tournaments and not be penalized in a farm run. And so that's why I don't do regular farm runs at the moment, because my coins per hour and cells are less. The only issue is, yeah, the shockwave is maxed at 2.35, but honestly, with how much downtime the ultimate weapons have, it's not even that big of a deal, really. Like, yeah, they push the enemies out of range, but they just come back in immediately, and they're there when the ultimate weapons activate. And then here, I have 46.4 attack level skip, 39% of health level skip. I do prioritize health level skip evenly with attack level skip because, obviously, I'm using it in tournaments generally for the build I'm running. And then as you can see here, these are my ultimate weapons. Chronofield was unlocked through perks, so I don't have Chronofield. I was honestly thinking of getting Chronofield as my next ultimate weapon, but it's too expensive. I think Inner Landmines would be a perfect option next, so that I could run Space Displacer in tournaments. I think that honestly would be really nice with a CC and all. So this is the build. Let's take a look at my modules real fast. These are the modules I'm running. As you can see, history's repeating itself with the Galaxy compressor. Last year around April, I was stuck with a legendary Galaxy compressor for the longest time, and I couldn't get it to Mythic. And at the time, I had a different farming mod that was Mythic that I switched over to, and I stuck with it since. But here, I don't have any good options. As you can see, my modules are not really the highest when it comes to the rare. I don't have any ancestrals, you know. I'm doing what I can with what I have, and I think for where I'm at in tournaments, it's doing pretty well with what I have. As you can see here, when it comes to the generators, I'm not going to use a legendary plus fodder over a Galaxy compressor. It doesn't make any sense. Restorative bonus is used for tournaments, even though it is Mythic plus. Why would I run this to farm with? It's all set up for tournament anyway, and there's no benefits really to farming with it. Other options, the Singularity is only legendary. I don't have bot sync. This would definitely be worse to farm with. The Black Hole Digester, aka the Pyramid Scheme, this thing is only legendary. I don't think this would do better than Galaxy Compressor until it's like Mythic or Ancestral, so this has to wait for now. That's why I haven't rolled anything on it, because there's no point in using it. Harvester Stallone, aka the Pulsar. This is for tournaments, but it's only legendary. If I get this to Mythic, then I'll try it again in tournaments, but it's only legendary, and I think Restorative Bonus is still superior to it. Plus, I get more level skips on the Mythic mod, as you only get 4% on legendary and 6% on Mythic. And so this is what I've been pulling mods left and right, trying to get this. I have been getting lucky recently with some epics, but not the ones I need. Like, last night I got an anti-cube portal, and before that I got another magnetic hook. Oh, jeez. This will be good for ultimate weapon dissonance later, I guess. I got a Harvester Stallone, and I got a negative mass projector, which brings it up to Mythic plus, but there's no point in running negative mass projector right now. I just don't see the point, so it's just going to be there for nothing. I did get a Sharp Fortitude. Sharp Fortitude was giving me a hard time as well. It's only legendary, that's why I'm not using it to farm with. As soon as I get it to Mythic plus, I'll farm with it, because yes, I know Orbital Augment is worse on cells, but it does a good job for me because it is Mythic. I get better substats on it. That's why I'm using that. And I think it does better in tournament at the moment because of the electrons. Here's the magnetic hook. And then here, these were all just bad pulls. And then this magnetic hook was actually pity. But yeah. For the cannon, Astral Deliverance, good old reliable, in my opinion. I also have a Being Annihilator, but I think the Astral Deliverance is better for tournament because of the unique effect. I think having the increased bounce shot range is better than a little bit of super crit chance, because generally in tournaments, the thing that gives me the hardest time is enemy chip, and having the bounce shot range would be better CC in a sense with the attack speed. So I'd rather have the Astral Deliverance. And here the substats that I prioritize are, I have critical factor, which I think is best in slot. Super crit chance, I settled on this. Super crit multi would be better, but I can't find that. Multi-shot and bounce shot chance. I think bounce shot chance is one of the better substats, especially for Astral Deliverance. I think this is really good for chain lightning consistency. And multi-shot chance is good just for all-around CC. Multi-shot tar targets would be better, but I have limited dice, and this is already Mythic, so it's probably going to stay like this for a while. For the armor, I'm using Orbital Augment. It is Mythic with, I would say these bottom three are the best substats to put on your armor mod at this point. The wall health is really good. The regen and defense percent are best in slot. And then I put knockback chance on there for now. I want to put knockback force on, but obviously this is Mythic, so I'll keep this for now. I have other options for armor, like anti-cube portal. I don't know how this would really do in tournament. I don't know. I don't think it would do as good as Orbital Augment, but I could give it a try. But I don't think damage is the issue in tournaments. I think it's more so chip that's getting me. So I don't think this would have any use just yet until it becomes Ancestral, maybe. Other than that, yeah. I was running the Wormhole Redirector before I got Orbital Augment to Mythic, because I thought it was pretty solid with the package health and all. But right now, it's just not as good as Orbital Augment, so it's just going to sit on the sidelines for now. And then I have others, but they're epic, like Space Displacer, I believe. Yeah, this is only epic. I would like to get this to Mythic, and if I get inner lane mines, I would love to run this in tournament. My generator, I think the substats are fine. I'm capped at level 100, so I just put attack, level skip, package chance, and coins kill. Package chance is best in slot for Galaxy Compressor, and then the coins kill bonus, why not? You know, so, and the enemy attack, level skip, obviously, so I could go further when I farm. For the core mods, I'm using Multiverse Nexus. And the reason why was because when I first began the account, I had a Primordial Collapse, but it was epic for the longest time. And I just got it to Legendary, but before then, I had a Mythic Multiverse Nexus and an epic Primordial Collapse. And I figured, well, if this is epic, I could get better substats on it, you know? In the meantime, basically what I did was I rolled it. I made sure I rolled it first. I got Death Wave Quantity, Golden Tower Bonus, Spotlight Angle, and Black Hole Duration. I would like to get Death Wave cooldown here to lower the cooldown even more. I don't run bot sync, so I don't care how low it gets. Lower the better. This is what I settled on for now. I made the executive decision to commit to Multiverse Nexus. So when I did that, I was able to work on the Black Hole cooldown consistently, and because of that, now I could freely work on that without having to worry about, you know, the other ultimate weapons, you know, lowering them. And like another thing I thought about too was I'm not going to spend like 1 to 2 months coming up with stones just to lower everything by 10 seconds, you know, and I'm still in Platinum League, you know. No, like that could be done later. So, yes, I know, like, the econ will, you know, there will be a time and place for that, but not right now. I just don't see the point in spending two months to drop every ultimate weapon by 10 seconds, you know? Like, that's just, it's not really efficient at the moment. You know, that'll come later. And then, yes, in tournament, I run Dimension Core. It's Mythic Plus, and I think these are the best substats for it at the moment for me. The Chain Lightning Chance and the Quantity. I think the quantity is really good for the spread of Chain Lightning. Spotlight Angle for the Spotlight, and Spotlight Bonus to amplify that even more. I could also put something else on here like Black Hole Duration or Black Hole Cooldown, but I don't know. Probably not. This is fine. And yeah, for the modules, that's that. Let's go over to the cards real fast. I have 14 card slots. I need 2 more, like 2 or 3 more, because there's other things I want to run. The beauty of running Attack Dissonance as a hybrid build is you don't have to put in your damage cards. So because of the limited card slots, I could put in basically everything I use, and even throw in Second Wind just for the hell of it, you know, just to get some extra waves. I don't have to put in damage, attack speed, or Berserker because it's not really going to do much, which is great. So my current setup is enemy balance, health, crit chance, extra orb, health regen. Intro sprint because I had nothing else to put in, so why not? Free upgrades, waves. I could also switch this out for the cash early, but this is fine. Wave skip, extra defense, critical coin. Wave excel, recovery, package chance, coins, and second wind. There's really nothing else that I could put in. There's no point in running the plasma cannon because you're going to just face tank every boss anyway, so what's the point? Fortress, same thing. I mean, on tier 10, defense absolute's kind of useless. Landmine stun's a foot gun when it comes to farming at this point. That would just affect your coins because then the enemies would take longer. Death Ray is an interesting option later on in the run. You might think that it might affect your coins, but later on, the downtime of the ultimate weapons is so long that, I don't know, it could help with survivability later on, but I'm not trying to micro every run and put this in the last like 100 waves or so I'm not doing that. And then all of these demon mode, energy shield, there's no point in putting those in. Yeah, so about 2 or 3 more slots would be nice. I'm not even thinking about masteries right now because I don't have the income, and the saving up for the stones for that, I'm better off going for permanent black hole first than doing that because it'll be I'll probably do that first. For my labs, I have all 5 lab slots. I got lab speed. I'm prepping the Flamebot cooldown because version 29 is around the corner. So this is being worked on. I think, honestly, getting the Flamebot would address my weak point in tournaments, which is health and survivability, because I don't have any crowd control besides attack speed, really. Once the presets come out, getting the flamebot would be really nice, actually, to help me survive better. Because I think I have enough medals to max out the cooldown of the flamebot at least. And then maybe put a little bit in the range. Even with just 20% damage reduction, that's better than nothing in my opinion. And that could be developed over time with medals. I'm working on the wall regen. I want to get this to level 20. This really helps out with surviving in tournaments and stuff. So I think it's really beneficial to me, as I don't have a ancestral armor mod. So this it helps out a lot with chip, basically. I got shockwave size in. I don't know why I put this in. I think I put this in because I unlocked anti-Q portal to mythic, but honestly, I'm probably going to take this out and put in something else like health regen. This is a better option. I'm also doing enemy health level skip. Enemy attack level skip just finished, so now I'm doing enemy health level skip. We could go through the labs, I guess, real quick, but this might take a while, but I did this with making up for lost time. I might as well do it here. So these are my the favorites I have. I prioritized attack speed early. I kept it in for at least a week or two, or like a couple weeks or so to get it to this point. It was like level 79. I got it to level 80. In my opinion, I think attack speed is definitely good for early game CC, as you don't have any other forms of crowd control. And it's also good for chain lightning as well, to have a lot of attack speed so that it could proc a lot more. So right now it's level 80. Next level's 9 days, so probably not anytime soon. The coins kill. My golden tower stuff. My GT bonus is 14. Duration is 17. I had it like this to be in sync with Black Hole with the perk, but I think I need to do more levels, in like 2 more levels into this now to maintain that, because I put a substat for Black Hole duration on. Defense percent 23. Shock chance level 17 for chain lightning, of course. I have this like that. I think this is fine for now. I wouldn't go past level 20 on this. There's no point really. Attack speed will take care of the rest. Mod shard cost, I plan on finishing this in the future to help me get towards level 141. Next level's 3 days, but yeah, this will be good to unlock that extra substat later on. I have 11 levels left. So by the time I finish that, I should be close to 141, I think. I know I got to finish this out. Daily mission shards, we'll work on it. Scatter amp is level 5 for now. Scatters are not really a problem with chain lightning at the moment, so I'll leave it at level 5. If they do, then I'll put some more levels into it, but this is fine. Reroll shards, I could definitely put more levels into this, because rerolls at the moment are definitely an issue. But yeah, shatter shards is level 1. I want to slide in level 2 as soon as I can. It's only 70 AT, so that's like two farm runs, I think, and maybe a little bit more. Lab coin discount is 32. I think it's fine for now. I got a better discount. It's called Make More Coins. Nah, I'm kidding. But all jokes aside, I have been doing damage. Damage is 58. Critical is 60. This has been level 60 now for weeks. I left it at level 60. And I'm letting the damage catch up to it. Put a little bit in the super crit labs. Range is level 28. I don't know why, because I think because sometimes for like milestones or tournaments, I'll do a high range, but I don't know if it's really that beneficial, because it does affect your bounce shots unless you're running Astral Deliverance. It'll increase the bounce shot range, but I don't know. Health labs, health is 53, regen is 51. These two I do want to increase. Now, I'm not going to lie, I am following the effective path sheet for some of these labs, like the health labs and stuff. I haven't been the last week, but I do have the effective path sheet set up for this account, and I do check it to see like what I could work on in the lab. And I'm pretty sure it wants me to prioritize wall fortification and health for the most part, which is fine. I mean, the wall fortification is definitely affordable. The next upgrade's 3 days and 21 hours, so I'm probably going to throw this back in the lab soon. I also got to start this recovery package chance. This is huge for Galaxy Compressor. I should start this, but I just don't have the lab room at the moment, but eventually it's got to get done. Ultimate Weapon Labs. Deathwave coin bonus is 17, and then here I'll show the ones that I completed. I prioritized the Deathwave health early, because I think this is a really good lab for extra health. You're basically getting 12.5 times health for free. So why not? Shock multiplier is maxed. But eventually I'll finish this. These are all finished. Spotlight coin bonus is finished. I did a little bit of Spotlight Missiles just for that Smart Missile mission. Without Smart Missiles unlocked, these don't do it. I mean, these aren't that strong. Even if you were to max this out too, it's not going to do much, really. I do have to start this too. I totally forgot about this one. This is going to have to get thrown into the lab very soon. I'll put it in the favorites for now. That'll have to go in the lab. Chain Thunder's another one. I don't see the point, really. If you don't have Chain Lightning Plus, what's the point, really? So I could do one level and that's it, but even then, like, it doesn't really matter because I don't do a lot of damage with Chain Lightning. So Death Wave, I'm going to leave these be. I did a level of the Recharge Nuke for the Nuke mission. Funny enough, I haven't even put the card in yet to do the mission, so I keep forgetting. So maybe I should do that at some point. Perk Waves required is level 14. They changed the formula for this. It's good to leave it at an even level now instead of an odd level. It used to be 4N plus 1, now it's just 4N for the formula. So leaving this at an even level will guarantee that the amount of waves required for the next perk after getting all 3 perk wave reductions in run, it'll drop that number by a little bit every time you go up to an even level. I have 9 auto picks. I could use some more. I like the auto picks just so I could AFK farm. And as you can see here, minimal bot investment. I am doing Flamebot because I anticipate using that when version 29 it comes out with the presets for bots. That's going to be crazy though. Not a lot. I did a couple levels into the golden bot cooldown, but not a lot, honestly. It is what it is. Enemy labs, I did a couple levels of ranged enemy range. I probably could do some more because my ranged enemy line is pretty far out. I could definitely use some more levels into that. Here, the common and rare drop chance are maxed. Unmerged mod, just in case I need that. Module coin cost. This is a waste of time to do. There's really no point in doing this until your modules become, like, ridiculously expensive. And that's not going to be for a while, so... Even on the main account, I put a couple levels of this, but I think this really comes into play once your modules are in like the high 200 range, really. So, no effect bans at the moment. Maybe I'll change that in the future. If we look at my bots here, I was doing an experiment with Goldbot and BotBot. It's not going so well. I figured that this could be a quick way to boost econ because medals are basically free, and I could just invest in both my bots. Here, I have them synced up here, but it's not as good as a full gold bot. So eventually, I'm going to be respecking this and putting everything in the gold bot. I also do look at Sky's My Tower app. He does have a bot econ path, which I will be using to optimize this, of course, when that time comes. Until I come up with the 300 gems. It's not going to show now because I'm in a run, but yeah. And as you can see here, for the event, no event boost. I got to get these missions done. As you can see, I didn't even start the nuke mission. I'll start it eventually, and then I'll get this one done. And this mission's a pain in the ass because I don't use Energy Net to farm. So, I mean, just the first mission is 25 times, and then the second one's probably I'm going to be double that or something like that. But let's go back to the home screen and show you my workshop and ultimate weapons real fast. So here, like I was saying, my damage is at 5707. I can continually invest in this because eventually, if I want to switch to project funding, which I forgot to mention earlier, is only legendary. When I get this to mythic, I'm probably going to be running this for tournament instead. But it's only legendary, so it's not going to be as good. But once I get it to mythic, then it'll be really good. But yeah, everything here I maxed out. I have 102 critical factor at the moment. It's pretty close to where I was when I did the tier 12 relic on my main account. I think I had a little bit more critical on that account. I think I had like 111, and my attack speed was like 45, I think. My attack speed here says 16 only because the card is not equipped. If I do equip the card, it goes up to about 34, I think, for my attack speed. These are all maxed out. Bounce shot range is at 57. It maxes out in one click and run. There's no point in putting in the coins for this right now. It's 3 trillion to max out, but that's just maxes out in one click and run. Same thing with super crit chance. It's 1.5 T to max. I'll probably max this out because it's only 1.5 T. It's at 95 out of 100, and super crit multi is 95 out of 120. This one, 15 clicks is 28 T, so I'm probably not going to touch this. I didn't unlock Rend Armor because I don't see the point, really. There's really no point, so Not yet. I don't see the... Maybe, I mean, yeah, it'll be good for ultimate weapon, dissonant runs. Defense tab, health is 5764. Regen's almost maxed out. I might eventually just max it out because it's pretty cheap. It says here, it's 54 clicks for 18T, so I probably could eventually max this out and have the free ups, you know, worry about one less thing. These are all maxed out, of course. Landmine, 161. Wall health is 1347. I'm chipping away at this really slowly here and there because I do want it to max out and run easier. It does get to max, but it takes a while because it's only level 1347. And the wall rebuild is at 248. I think getting this to 250 is a good point to stop at and then just leave it there for a while. Because it maxes out pretty quick and run after that. 250 is fine. And then, oh, because the upgrade cost, it gets pretty expensive, I guess. For the utility, everything's maxed here. Enemy attack skip is 322. Enemy health is 315. I try to keep those like near each other, generally. I'm probably going to bring up the health level skip to 320 first, and then I'll bring up the enemy attack level skip. Obviously, the goal is to get these to 400 at this point. You can see the upgrade cost, so yeah, that's where that comes into play. Enhancements. So I do invest in damage enhancements, obviously, because it helps out in tournament. I don't see the problem with that. And so damage is 1.5. Super crit will be going to 1.5 shortly after. I could also just put a click in the critical. My goal here is to unlock attack speed enhancements. This is probably going to take about a week or so. I think because it would help out considerably for tournaments for my setup. If I could unlock attack speed plus, that would really help me out. I could probably get maybe 8 levels into it right off the unlock and then, you know, work on it from there. So that'll definitely be beneficial. So yeah, that's going to be my focus for now. Defense, I have 1.5 in the health, 1.52 in the regen, 1.51 in the wall. I keep these very around the same thing because the upgrade cost. And I'm not really going for orb size. I could care less about orb size, really. Utility, I just unlocked enemy level skip plus. It's 1.08. In my opinion, enemy level skips are very powerful. And if you have the chance to upgrade this, you should pump this up as much as you can. Somebody recently was asking me what level they should get it to. And in my opinion, you should be pushing this as far as you can. As much as you could afford, because it's that good in my opinion. And then yes, for farming, obviously coin bonus matters. I'm at 1.21. I could do another click after this, probably, but I'll probably put it into the damage section. And then cells kill 1.21, free ups 1.12. Free upgrades though, it doesn't really matter. I don't run the black hole digester, so there's really no point. And then recovery package just for some extra health. Then if we go to our ultimate weapons, I have 5 ultimate weapons. Now you might be wondering, what the hell? Like, why do you have so much chain lightning? Because I pulled dimension cores early, I made the choice to pivot to hybrid early. Now, this is my chain lightning with perk. It's at 890-ish for the damage. Quantity, I just maxed out, and the chance is 18.5. I am focusing on this as my main source to push me in tournaments. Because I have dimension core, I think this would be a lot better for me than running full EHP because my primordial collapse is not up to par. And I just think it's better because instead of like praying that the enemies die to thorns and all and having all of the enemies gang up on me, this is better because I keep everything off me at all times except for at the end of the run when I get chipped, really. Because the only way I really die in tournaments is by like a bunch of chip damage or whatever. I have Death Wave. Now, if you notice here, I got the cooldowns to 3 minutes and 10, and then I just stopped. I stopped it there. I should have kept them at 3 minutes and 20, if I'm being honest. But what's done is done. And what I could have done is I could have put those stones into Chain Lightning instead, or Black Hole, or Spotlight. But yeah, it is what it is. Golden Tower, pretty minimal too. The duration, I could definitely upgrade the duration, but I could just do the lab if I want more duration. Same thing with the bonus. The bonus is right now 16.5. It goes up to 23.3, but whatever. That's fine for now. Obviously, I could work on this more to upgrade, you know, my coins and all, which eventually. Black hole, I put a lot in the black hole size early. It's at 50 meters now. And the reason why was because in the beginning, when I was beginning to run this account, I was actually doing a 90-meter blender build with Primordial Collapse. And I needed the black hole size to cover the whole area. And so I got up to 50 meters. I think that's fine for now. I do eventually want to do more because at 69.5, 50 meters is not an optimal size for that range. I think you should aim for more like 60 meters instead of 50 meters of the black hole size. I could just put a substat on, but that's kind of a waste of a slot in my opinion when there's better options for substats for your core mods. Cooldown is now 2 minutes. I am working this down. I want to get this to permanent, and in my opinion, even with running Dimension Core, if I get a permanent black hole, I could run that with Galaxy Compressor and maintain a permanent black hole. That would improve my survivability by a bunch, in my opinion. Unless there's like a faster ranged ultimate, but still, I mean, I think for now, my Chain Lightning's in a good enough spot. I don't think I need to touch it anymore. Now, I think the focus is just to get a permanent black hole and just blast this to max. Spotlight, I recently got the Quantity 3. I think it's definitely worth. I love it. I think it's really good. Angle is 51, but that's with a substat. My regular angle, I believe, is 40 degrees. And I put a little bit in the bonus. Next click is 95. Spotlight bonus is actually not bad now if you have the angle and the quantity because of the dissonant runs, which I'll get to in a second. But yeah, right now the bonus is 101, but this could go up a lot more if I just invest in it more. But right now, I think the main goal is to full send the black hole cooldown, because this would help out my tournament. And every time I improve this, it'll improve my econ as an added benefit too. So that's good. And then other than that, the Guardians, I run Summon and Fetch. Summon, I have a little bit of investment in, and Fetch, I have like a minimal I need to put more in the Fetch. I forgot I did a respec and I forgot to fully invest in my Fetch, so I probably got to fix this later on. I use Attack and Ally in Tournament because I can't really use Scout. There's no point really, so I just use Attack and Ally just to survive better, but I don't think it does much, but it is what it is. And then, of course, shout out to the guild. This is my second guild. I have two guilds. Shout out to Just Guessing University. This is the second guild. Right now, we're full. I don't think I'm making a third guild anytime soon. I would need at least 28 to 29 members interested in order to do that. But guild's been pretty active. My main guild, they hit the 750 on Thursday afternoon, a little after 12 noon Eastern. This crew, they also hit the 750 on Thursday as well, a little bit later on in the day. Everyone's doing a good job. This guy just joined, that's why, hence the 0. But everyone's been doing a good job, and we got some pretty good folks over here. If you're ever interested, I do have a Discord and all for this. That should be in the description below. If you're interested in joining the Discord community for this, that's up to you. So these are my Dissonant runs. I've been putting in a lot of work on them. But right now, I focused more so on tier 10, 11, and 12. I did have to do tier 12 attack Dissonance before I did the milestone. This helped out tremendously. But as you can see here, tier 10, 4986. Funny enough, I was sitting on the toilet at the time as I was doing this run, and I forgot to enable demon mode, and we died at 4986. Womp womp. I'm probably not going to do this run for a very long time. That's high enough. Tier 11, I need to redo. I got the 4595. I think if I finish this, or if I get a better wave count, tier 11 might be a better option to farm. But yeah. And then all of the ultimate weapon Dissonance is done, except for tier 7. I don't know what happened there. I could go back and finish it eventually, but whatever. And then tier 12, I got to redo. I got 3130, but I think I could definitely do higher now. I could probably do about maybe 3,900 to 4K on this one. And then tiers 13 through 16, I didn't really do much of them. 13, I got like 200 waves and 170 on 14. Not a lot, really. And then the run history. Let's show the run history. So as you can see, I'm farming tier 10. These are my farm runs. This was what I was making last week, as you can see here. 2.72T and 29.2T an hour. Right now, this run I stopped early because the tournament ended and I wanted to do another click into the black hole cooldown. So I have yet to do a full run with my new setup. This run I also ended early, and then this was the milestone that I got. This was the last full run I did, I think. I made 32.40 T, 2.84 T an hour, and I'm not really like focusing on econ like that, but these are pretty decent numbers in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I have an idea of what I got to do to make more econ, so that's definitely not like an issue, but it's just not the main thing I'm focusing on. But in terms of my farming build, there's not a lot of like flexibility at the moment, because there's definitely things that I could do to improve my coins when it comes to my farming setup, but I don't have free upgrade mastery, and I'm not trying to respec a lot, so I'm just dealing with attack dissonance, because in my opinion, I think this makes more coins than a regular run. I could upgrade my damage all I want and not get penalized in the farming run. Like, I'm not going to lose coins by investing in more damage. So I could, you know, reap the benefits in tournaments, though. I've tried tier 11. It's not the best. I think my best run was 65-61, only 17 T. I think in order for me to farm tier 11, I probably need more enemy level skip plus. A mythic generator mod would be nice for more level skips. I probably would need like 2 to 3% more levels, like attack level skip. And then if I get an armor mod to Ancestral, that would definitely do it as well. Or if I get Sharp Fortitude to Mythic Plus, then that should help me farm tier 11. But as of right now, with Orbital Augment, I don't think it's enough. I definitely need more health and regen as well. But it's definitely a process, and in no time I should be able to get there. So yeah. And then last but not least, the tournaments. Let's look at the tournaments. So right now I'm back in Champion League. I am bouncing. So as you can see here, let's start from the beginning. As you can see here, I got the Silver League, and then after 3 I got in the Gold, and then I was in Gold League from October until about March. And as you can see here, there are some tournaments that I missed. So like right here, I definitely missed a tournament around this point. I definitely missed a tournament or two here. So there's a huge gap between October to November 5th. So that's just stones I'm missing out on. I missed a tournament here because there's a week in between. I probably missed one here as well. I definitely missed a tournament here because there's a 1 week gap in December because I wasn't really... Oh, yeah, so basically what happened here was I joined the tournament and I forgot to finish my run, I think. Wave 3. Womp womp. I missed a tournament here, too, hence the 1 week gap. I missed a bunch here from December 27th to January 10th. As you can see, I left a bunch of stones on the table by missing these tournaments. It is what it is. Here's another one I missed, probably between here and here. I missed another one here. There's a 1 week gap. Oof. Oh, man, this is hard to see. By the time I got to around here, this is where I started to take the account a little more seriously. So basically, after getting 939 waves in Gold League, it got me out of Gold League and it got me in the Platinum League. My first time in Plat League, I got 451. I got demoted, but I made it a goal to basically, sort of like in gym terms, like progressive overload my tournament performance. So as you can see here, I tried to do better every time. So we got 519, 626. Okay, back to Gold League, 909. 909, I clinched it. I clinched the bracket. Back in the Plat, 921. I think around this point, this was where I started to invest in Chain Lightning more. Because here we got 1197, 1,000, up to 1,200. By April, I'm hitting like 1,400 in Plat in terms of waves. Drop down a little bit, and then we go to the end of the month. Next month, 1,500, 1,547. Beginning of May, 1538. End of May, 1576. 1586, personal best. Come June, 1596. We're still in Plat, because Plat is very difficult at this point. And so here we got 1,600 in June, 1609, 1641. And then by June 24th, we hit Fediwap, 1738. If you know, you know. But anyways, yeah, we hit 1,700 at the end of June. You know, we dropped a little bit due to rough battle conditions probably. But yeah, 1726, 1689, 1775. here in the middle of July. And here we're starting to hit 1700 waves in plat. And then here at the end of July, we're beginning to hit 1900 waves now. As you can see here, I'm starting to hit 1900 now because my chain lightning's finished. I think at this point I got Spotlight 2, I think. Now I'm getting these. I got in the Champion League for the first time in August. So about 11 months into this account, I finally get in the Champion League. My first attempt, I did 557 waves, which I think was pretty good. I think that was good. And then here we get our first 2000 wave tournament, 2080, 1995. We go back to Champions. We do 613. We get demoted, of course. We finished 26th. And then here I got 4th place with 1935. I kind of played spoiler there. If you know, you know. And then I went back to Champs. I got 594. And we're going back to Champs again. We got 2,023 waves. And we actually won the bracket, luckily, which gave us 400 gems and 160 stones. Now we're going back to Champions. The only thing I don't like is how come when you get demoted in Plat and Champions, you only get 20 stones, but the next rank, it's like 50 to 90. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, tournament's been going good and everything's been going good so far. But yeah, so that is going to conclude the introductory episode. This episode is a little bit longer than it should be because I wanted to go over everything in detail. The next episode hopefully shouldn't be as long. And so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish out this run, and everyone that stayed until the end, I appreciate it. Thank you guys, and I will see you all next time.